Right, we're here today at Puma HQ, just behind us there. The guys at Puma are going to unveil their brand new staff player to us today. Right, we're here with Bob Phillion. The readers of the site should know Bob. We did a big piece from him out in Orlando this year.
Yeah.
I want to ask you specifically today, what goes into signing a new player? So how do you pick out all the hundreds and thousands of tour players?
Yeah.
How did you pick Alvaro's?
Yeah. Well, I think one of the beauties of finding athletes is the fact that they find us a lot of the times, and that to me tells me that there's a natural fit for our company and our brands to the player. So we don't have the biggest scout team, so we actually rely a lot on the player and his attraction to either Cobra or Puma. So Alvaro he's a Puma fan first, and there's a lot of Puma in his closet, and then the ability to connect that, into golf was great. So I think it starts with this natural fit, and then we're looking for really two things. One is world-class performance mixed with a style and a swagger that separates them from the pack, and we think Quirós has both of those.
One of the things I was going to say, you go for quality rather than quantity. Yeah. You've not got a huge tour staff.
Yeah.
So picking that player has to be quite a big decision, or finalising a player.
Yeah, good point. I think our tour strategy versus our competitors, we're not trying to count drivers or balls or shoes. We're not trying to be the biggest in golf. We're trying to be the best, coolest, and what we say is most desirable. And so that's the key difference in our strategy versus our competitors. And in fact, our kryptonite right now would be to make a mistake and get the wrong player, because we've got some really good momentum and a good vibe around the players that we have. But if we make a mistake and we bring in the wrong person that doesn't really fit the DNA of the company or our brands, then we lose some of that coolness.
Where your competitors just do it with volume.
Yeah, I think again, some of our competitors are playing the numbers game, and they're looking. They are literally counting, drivers or shoes or balls, and that's just not our strategy. That doesn't fit our model. It doesn't fit our budgets. At the same time, again, we're not trying to be the biggest in golf. We're trying to be the most desirable.
And how long does it take from start to finish signing a player? What's the process?
Yeah. I think the process is unique to the individuals. Sometimes it takes a while, and equipment certainly is something that players want to test before they put it right into play. So it really gets down to the individual. Equipment tends to take a little bit longer. You might be talking to a player for a year, and it depends on their existing contract and how much room they have to be able to try some other products. And then some players are very quick because their contract is up, and we find each other at a time where they basically try on our gear and ready to put it right in play. So it can vary quite a bit.
And who do you think the most important signing has been for the brand?
Boy, everyone, because we don't have that many players, everyone is really important. And I would say we put our players to work. So, outside of the normal appearance days and creative, we try to activate our players as much as we can, because we don't have, the most players. We utilize our time. You certainly have to say that the signing of Ricky Fowler and, getting him the day he turned pro, if you look at when we created Cobra Puma Golf, we acquired Cobra in 2010. So that was around the time that we picked Ricky up and he had turned pro. And then a couple years later, him joining Cobra was a big one for us. And then Lexi Thompson was actually our first Cobra Puma Golf asset. So we had just acquired Cobra, and she was our first signing to both brands to put together the soft goods and hard goods. So both of them have been, great pickups, and now Lexi's number 4 in the world, Ricky's number 5 in the world, and they're certainly doing their part.
And can we expect any more signings, or is this it for this season?
Yeah, you can expect some more. So we're trying to expand our tour presence to go along with our business development. So we're trying to time those two, and our business is growing. We're stealing share, which is a good thing. So Alvaro, this is a bit unique because of his contract situation. To be able to announce something, in a September timeframe is a bit unique. Most of that stuff happens at the end of the year, so we'll have some more news to come.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Alvaro, you're Puma's new marquee signing for the season. Why have you changed to Puma this year? What is it about Puma that you like?
Well, I have to say that it's a brand that goes that has moved forward, and I would like to think that it fits to me.